let me ask you something. Have you ever had a customer, a boss, or just someone in your life who made you feel invisible?
Someone who treated you like you were nothing more than a tool for their convenience? Now, imagine finding out that person was actually watching you the whole time, studying you, testing you. And when they died, they left you $50 million. Not out of guilt, but because you passed a test you didn't even know you were taking. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? Wrong. Because our guest today, Emily Chen. Emily, welcome to the Resilience Blueprint. Your story is insane. Let's start from the beginning.
Thank you, Marcus. Honestly, even now, 2 years later, I still can't fully believe this happened to me. So rewind to 2021. I was 29 years old, working double shifts at Eddie's Diner on 42nd Street in Manhattan. I was grinding, trying to pay off student loans from a degree I never finished, sending money back to my mom in Queens, and just surviving. Every weekday at exactly 4 p.m., this man would walk in, Mr. Raymond Sterling, late 70s, always in an expensive three-piece suit, silver hair slicked back, cold blue eyes that looked right through you like you were a piece of furniture. He'd sit in booth 7, always booth 7, and he'd order the same thing every single time. Black coffee, no sugar, a slice of apple pie, warmed but not hot, and God forbid you got it wrong. One time I brought him the pie and it was too warm. He didn't yell. He just looked at me with this icy disappointment and said, "Do you know the difference between warm and hot? Or did they not teach you that in whatever school you dropped out of?" My coworkers hated him. My manager told me to just grit my teeth and bear it because he always paid in cash and never made a scene loud enough to scare other customers. But he never tipped. Not a dime. Not once in 365 days. Most people would have written him off as just another entitled rich guy, but I noticed things about him that didn't add up. See, I'm a people watcher, always have been, and Mr. Sterling had these little tells that didn't match his arrogant persona. His hands shook when he held his coffee cup, not from age, but from something deeper. Stress, maybe. Fear. He wore a wedding ring, but it was old, scratched, like he'd been wearing it for decades, even though he was clearly alone. And every single day, he'd read the obituaries in the New York Times. Not the business section, not the sports, just the obituaries. He'd circle names with a red pen. I watched him do this for months. One day, curiosity got the best of me. After he left, I grabbed the paper he'd left behind. All the circled names were people in their 40s and 50s, way too young to be dying of natural causes. Next to some names, he'd written tiny notes in the margins. Car accident, suspicious. Heart attack, check records. I didn't understand it then, but I felt something. This man wasn't just rude, he was carrying something heavy, something that was eating him alive from the inside. So I made a choice. I decided to treat him with kindness anyway. Not because I wanted something from him, I genuinely thought he'd die without ever giving me a cent, but because I felt like maybe, just maybe, someone needed to see him as a human being instead of a villain. I started small. I'd warm his pie to exactly the temperature he liked without him having to send it back. I memorized how he took his coffee, and I started saying things like, "I hope you have a good evening, Mr. Sterling," even when he never responded. Then, one Tuesday in November, he didn't show up. I actually felt worried. I asked my manager if anyone had called. No one had. I thought maybe he was sick or traveling. 2 days later, a man in a charcoal suit walked into the diner during the lunch rush and asked for me by name. He introduced himself as Gregory Whitmore, Mr. Sterling's estate attorney. He told me Raymond Sterling had passed away in his sleep 3 nights ago, heart failure. He was 76 years old, and he had no living family. I felt this rush of genuine sadness, which shocked even me. I barely knew the man, but I teared up right there in the middle of the diner. The lawyer noticed. He said, "Miss Chen, you were the only person who showed emotion at his funeral yesterday. Not his business partners, not his former employees, just you. And that's why I'm here." He opened his briefcase and pulled out a sealed envelope with my name on it, handwritten in Mr. Sterling's shaky cursive. Inside was a letter. It said, "Emily, you are the only person in the last 20 years who treated me like I still mattered. You didn't know who I was, what I'd done, or what I had, and yet you were kind. I am leaving you my entire estate, the penthouse on Fifth Avenue, my investment portfolio, and $50 million in liquid assets. But there are conditions. You must live in my home for 6 months. You must not sell it or rent it during that time. And you must find the ledger I've hidden somewhere inside. When you find it, you'll understand why I lived the way I did, and you'll have a choice to make. Finish what I started, or walk away and keep the money. Either way, you've earned it. R.S." I stood there, shaking, thinking this was some kind of prank, but the lawyer handed me keys, legal documents, and a checkbook with my name already printed on it. 3 days later, I moved into a $30 million penthouse on Fifth Avenue. The penthouse was massive, 6,000 square feet, 3 floors, marble everything, original artwork on the walls. It was beautiful, and it was terrifying. The first night I couldn't sleep. The place was too quiet. Every creak, every sound felt wrong. I kept thinking, why me? What did he see in me? Around 2 a.m., I heard something, a faint beeping sound coming from somewhere deep in the apartment. I followed it to Mr. Sterling's private study, a room the lawyer had told me was off limits until you're ready. I opened the door. The beeping was coming from an old desktop computer that had powered on by itself. On the screen was a video file labeled "For Emily, Play First." I clicked it, and there he was, Mr. Sterling, sitting in that same study, looking directly into the camera, recorded maybe a week before he died. He said, "Emily, if you're watching this, it means you accepted the terms and you're curious enough to dig deeper. Good, that's what I hoped. I wasn't rude to you because I hated you. I was rude to test you, to see if you were the kind of person who could be bought, manipulated, or broken by cruelty. You weren't. You stayed kind even when I gave you every reason not to be. That's rare. That's valuable. Now listen carefully. The ledger you're looking for isn't just a book of numbers. It's evidence. Evidence of a conspiracy that involves some of the most powerful people in this country. I spent 30 years collecting it, and it got everyone I loved killed. My wife, my son, my daughter. They made it look like accidents, but I know the truth. And now, so will you. The ledger is hidden in the one place I felt safe. Find it. Finish what I couldn't. Or destroy it and live your life in peace. The choice is yours. But know this, the moment you find it, they'll know you have it, and they'll come for you just like they came for me." The video cut to black, and I heard a knock at the front door. I didn't sleep for 3 days. I kept thinking about Mr. Sterling's family, about all the people who died because of corporate greed, about the fact that I was probably the only person left who could make this right. So I called the FBI, I turned over the ledger, and I testified. The pharmaceutical company collapsed. 17 executives were arrested. Families got justice, and I became a target. I had to go into witness protection for 8 months. I lost the penthouse, I lost most of the money to legal fees and security, but I kept enough to start over. Today, I run a nonprofit that helps whistleblowers safely expose corruption. I think Mr. Sterling would be proud. He didn't leave me a fortune, he left me a mission, and I chose to honor it.
Emily, that is one of the most incredible stories we've ever featured. You literally risked everything to do the right thing. Folks, this is what resilience looks like. Not just surviving, but choosing justice over comfort, choosing legacy over safety. If Emily's story moved you, smash that like button and subscribe to the Resilience Blueprint. We bring you real stories of real people who prove that courage isn't about being fearless. It's about doing what's right, even when you're terrified. Emily, thank you for sharing your story. And to everyone watching, ask yourself, who are you overlooking in your own life? Because you never know who's watching you back. See you next time.